Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Late one, as you can see, Monday night. It's been a big day. Had to fix a mower today. Bit of driving backwards and forwards, bit of travel, bit of stuff. So my apologies for late show, but we're here. Hope you had a good weekend and hope you had a chance to get to the Friday video release, day 5. Yeah. I think I said a fair bit about it last week. I was pretty pumped about it. There's been a fair few people going and checked it out, so I do appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed some of the photos. As I said, it took me a bit over a week just to do the photos. It was a big effort, and yes, super pumped how they turned out. Very chuffed with that video. I think it's just like one of those locations that just bucket list shots. You really want to get it right. Just put hours and hours into that. It was probably a good 6 or 7 hours of just photos and changing and trying different things and all that sort of stuff after a failed Astro, which was my dream over there, but it just didn't happen. Unfortunately, we can't do everything we want in life. That's something I guess I'm trying to pass on to Jack, is that you don't always get what you want. You just got to take what you get and make the best of it, and that sometimes works out just fine. And I think I'm pretty lucky with what I got actually out of that day and that night, or that night and then day. So pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it or you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe. You'll see all the videos. Go check out the travel photo vlogs. You'll see what I'm talking about. We're currently doing the south coast of WA, Western Australia. It's one of the most amazing spots in the world. It's definitely one of those places you want to go as a photographer, and there's so much to see and do. Literally 3 weeks. I had a family holiday as well, so I couldn't probably do half as much, but even the chances I had, it was just full epic days and just crazy. So you need to put it on your list and get to it. So yeah, amazing. Excuse me. Oh, I'm dying. Now, this week, new stuff happening. Wednesday, I fly to Darwin for the Barra Classic. Now, for those of you guys, I'll just get the focus, that have been on the channel since we started. We started as a bit of fun for me, fishing, doing the Barra Classic, which I do every year with 2 of my best mates. And that progressed into trying to do a fishing channel. Unfortunately, because of working in a mine and I only get to fish once a year, it's pretty hard to do a fishing channel with 5 days of videos or 5 videos. So it didn't really work out as much as I'd love to it to be. But it's one of my favorite times of the year. I get to catch up with mates. We get to just sit there, no phones, no internet. There's no nothing where we go fishing. It's some of the best barra fishing in Australia. Very, very awesome. This year should be good. The rain's been good. There's really no excuses. The river's looking nice and healthy. There's been reports of lots of young, healthy barra. So this year and next year, there should be lots of fish. So it should be a really good year. Hopefully, we should be able to catch some fish, which then I can get some photos, get some videos to make some good videos for you. And hopefully we can catch the one we're all after, especially in a comp, because it's always there in the records, is to catch that magic metery barra. A saltwater metery barra is a bit of a amazing thing. They fight twice as hard as a impoundment barra, and yeah, to get something that big, that's wild and raw, is pretty amazing. So fingers crossed. So Wednesday I'll be flying first thing in the morning. I've got to get up early here, drive to Brisbane, get on the plane, fly to Darwin, and then I think Saturday or Sunday we're going to drive down. We've got stuff to organise, so I'll do a boat run through this week. I'll have the rest of this week's show. I should hopefully have this week's video up as well. And then as of Sunday this week, I'll be off the grid for about a week. My apologies. I want to get that out early. I'll just tell you is right now I'm off from Sunday. It's my 1 week of the year where I just can't do anything. I'd love to be able to get you a daily show, but 11 hours on a boat fishing, it's by the time you get back, have dinner, showers, do the meetings, it's 9-10 o'clock at night. It's just not going to happen. So and there's stuff all internet. I can barely get text messages and stuff, and there's only one location you get that. So it's one of those things where Starlink will be great down the road if they ever get it. Well, once Starlink comes in, that'll be awesome. That's one of those events that'll really be awesome, or really assist in those events, getting some wicked coverage and really blowing it up. So looking forward to it. So from Sunday this week, my apologies early on, but hopefully out of it I should get you some wicked barra shots and some wicked nature shots. There's always beautiful eagles, there's massive crocodiles, and hopefully some astro stuff. I've looked at that. Should be able to get some good astro stuff out of it. Moon goes down just before midnight for that week, so I've got a really good chance. It is a dead black zone on the planet, so literally nothing there to give any sort of issues. So I should be able to go and get some really, really beautiful astro shots, which was what I planned last year, and it didn't happen. So it's going to be really good for the RP. I'm not sure if I'm going to take the M50 with me. I'll see how I go. I might take it to Darwin, but I might leave it in Darwin just so I don't have to carry it. We're in tents, so it's going to be a little painful. I'm not going to be doing a daily show on the tripod and with the setup, so I may leave it in Darwin for while I'm in Darwin doing the shows, and then I think it's just going to be all RP. I've got the new telephone. I've got the new 70-300 image stabilized. I've got the 24-100 RF, and I've got the 18-35 Sigma and the 20mm for the Astro stuff. So, or the 24mm 1.8. So I've got everything I need for the RF. I'm probably just going to take that bad boy. Then I've got everything in one bag. It's going to give me a little bit of space. Plus, I've got the drone, the Mini. Going to have some drone footage there with show the beautiful river. Hopefully, you can get up close and personal, or reasonably close to a crocodile, and try and get some nice 4K footage of the crocs and some of those other bits of beautiful wildlife that we'll get to see. So I'm very lucky in that regards, and yeah, it's gonna miss me for a week, and I hope you do miss me. And but when I do come back, it should be really, really good, and yet again have another video. Better than last time when we got stuck and there was no fish for a week and we ended up crashing the drone in the river. Don't want to crash the drone in the river. Just knock on wood. Here's some wood. I don't want that. But anyway, I digress. So that's what's happening this week. So you'll see me tomorrow for the show. Wednesday, I'll probably do a lot show. I'll just shoot a show straight off the phone while I'm traveling, maybe in the airport or something like that. See how we go. I'll suss it out and work out a plan for Wednesday. I'll get in about lunchtime, so I've probably got some time in the afternoon to get a show out. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I should be on track still to get normal stuff, and then basically I'll just drop off the face of the earth for a week. But yeah, that's anyway. That's that out of the woods. Now, Segway. Let's get into some news, some exciting news. Segway. We all know them from the original Segways around. If you've ever travelled through Europe in the 90s, you would have seen them. Everyone had them. All the tour groups, it was the in thing. Well, they have electric scooters now, which are probably banned with the rest of everything else that's fun in Australia, thanks to Morrison and his bubble wrap brigade and all the rest of the cronies in Canberra that wreck all of our fun. But they make a lot of good products, and their 9-bot, I think it's the 9-bots scooters, are really good quality. Well, they're up in their game. They're going into a bit of everything. They're bringing out a bike, a motorcycle. It's a hydrogen electric powered motorcycle. You've seen it on the thumbnail. Pretty darn cool. Not super mega powerful and all that. It's more environmentally friendly and being hydrogen to electric. A little bit of funkiness, going to be tricky to feel. That thing's, I think, part of the process they're going to have to work out. It's a little bit tricky there. 80 horsepower, 90 mile an hour top speed, so plenty of speed there. 0 to 60, 4 seconds, not super ridiculous fast, but in about $10,700 to buy US. So it is a concept at the moment. They're saying they're probably going to crowdfund this one to get it up, to see if it works. It's something they've got in the mix. That hydroelectric's probably the bit that could be the tricky part. If it was electric, just a pure electric motorcycle, I think it'd probably do pretty well. Lots of push bikes and stuff around electric and can do some crazy stuff. I'm surprised they haven't gone down that road and made a motorcycle, pure electric motorcycle. Harley's got one. They've done a great job with theirs. The Flywire, that's amazing. We've seen that in the Long Way Up series from Ewan McGregor. That was a brilliant show. If you haven't seen that, go to Apple TV, watch it. It is awesome. And probably the one thing that swung me into electric and knew that it can happen, and it's definitely going to happen and come. So go check that series out. Very, very cool, and some amazing cinematography. Excuse me, something in my throat. I've just had dinner. My apologies. Now, Samsung, copping a bit of flack. They're buying a heap of OLED screens off LG because they cannot work out how to make them. Apparently, they're struggling. They're buying a ton. LG's selling them a ton of screens for their TVs. LG are the king of OLED screens. I had one. It was amazing. If you go to the shop, you only got to look at it. You can tell the difference between an LG and any other television in the OLED range or QLED or whatever other something that they're trying to copy an OLED. You can't copy it. The LG have that down pat. It is an amazing screen to watch television on, or a movie or anything on it. It is deluxe. So Samsung have realised this and gone, well, we want to provide our customers with what they require. Let's just bite the bullet and take a bit of flack and buy these off LG. And LG, kindly enough, have said, yeah, we're going to sell you these. We're here to make money. And that's what it's all about. So pretty cool that LG's taking it the right way and just going into the business and doing it for right things. And yeah, I guess Samsung's just going to cop a bit more grief about it for the next probably month, and then it'll wear off. They may be able to add their little touch of flavour to it to make it a little bit better. Who knows? But interesting one, and it'd be good if big companies could share their tech like that. Wouldn't that be amazing if you could buy, say, a Huawei phone with Apple operating OS on there? How cool that new one with the screen on the back. Wouldn't that make life easier for all of us if Apple liked to share? Anyway, what can you do? Now, fun stuff on the photo side. Samyang last week teased out a couple of shadows in their Instagram of two new lenses, and they pushed them out as astrophotography lenses. Super excited about that. That's always good. Well, the first one has been released. It's a 24mm f1.8. Of always, I don't know why no one likes Canon, except us Canon people. It's in Sony mount, of course. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Hopefully they will bring out an RF version for it as well. It's an astro lens. It's special at that. It's weather sealed, so that's fantastic. It's got a focus hold button, which will basically, you can lock your autofocus on your whatever target, and then press that. It'll hold that focus. It has astro mode switch, so you can flick that on and it'll instantly put it into manual focus mode and lock on infinity focus. So you shouldn't have to come in and focus at night. You should be able to just set up the lens, put it in astro mode, set up your scene and go bang, lock it over. Should be tickety boo. So it's going to be interesting to see some reviews on that once it does come out. Now it also lights up green once it is in focus. If it's taken out or whatever, there's a little LED light on the lens that will change over to red, so you know it's not in astro mode. So sort of quite handy that. There's also a switch to change the ring from autofocus and to an aperture use. So if you want to, instead of just having that as the focus ring, you can change that to an aperture. So if you're doing some landscape stuff and you want to try it in different apertures to get a little bit more sharpness, or adjust your light settings that way through the aperture, well, then you can just switch this little switch over and do that. So look, pretty well thought out. $549 they're saying on DP Review US dollars. So that's probably about $600-700. So that's not too bad for a good quality lens. Autofocus 24mm. That's reasonably wide, not as wide as I'd hoped. I would have thought it would have been, as an astro, maybe a 15 or a 16 or 15 or a 14. There is another lens coming, so maybe there's going to be one that's wider. This is a 24 is not a bad sort of length, fairly decent. I would like to see something a little bit wider. We'd still have one lens to come. I'm assuming they're going to be announcing that soon, and we'll find out what that focal length is. Going to be pretty interesting. Again, they're both astro, so I can't imagine it's going to be any much higher or any much. That's so good English. I can't imagine it being any more higher than 24 mil, so I'm assuming it's going to come down. A good length would be 15, somewhere around 15 would be a good guess. So, and similar sort of tech. So I'm assuming they're just trying to lock in when they're going to release it. Now we should see the 24 mil come out in June, DPR reviewer saying, so that's going to be pretty cool. Mid-year release, good idea, and that'll get sucked up really quick. There'll be a lot of people interested in this lens. Sounds like it's going to have a lot of good things. Samyang make a decent lens at a decent price, and for us entry guys that aren't pros that can't afford the $3,000 L series, these are the lenses that are pretty interesting to me because it's something I can actually save up to afford to get some. So, and I can help that if you go buy some merch. Voila. Now, last but not least, just released tonight. Actually, I just got an email before I went to air. Ulanzi, makers of everything photography in the cheap brigade. So for us guys, for me mates at Ingaf, the boys over in England, they'll appreciate as well. This brand new RGB light now, much like that Aperture ML with the rectangular that's magnetic. This is also magnetic. It's USB-C into it, but this one's round, so it's got a round light, so I guess it probably doesn't make too much of a difference. It does come with a diffuser that's magnetic, so much like your filters, it's got a magnetic diffuser cover straight on, so don't clip it in or anything, just magnet straight on. Very clever. They're learning from other sides of their business to this, so that was pretty cool. What else has it got? It's RGB. It's only $40 US, so a dead set bargain. Definitely want to get one of these to test out for you. It's got 20 normal scenes that all your RGB lights have. LED display on it, 0 to 360 degree color, 0 to 100% brightness, step dimming, so there's no adjustment there. CRI of 95, 2000 milliamp battery. They're saying on peak brightness about 2 hours, low brightness about 8 hours. So depending on your usage, that's still pretty good. 2 hours, chuck it in your bag. You've got a light, you can light up trees. It's around, so it's got that different effect. You can use it to create a moon effect or something along those. Being round, it gives you a little bit different than all the rectangular ones we normally get. It's rare that you get a round one. Aperture does have that light bulb one, which is round, which is quite cool that you can take with you. This one is also something else, a little bit funky and good on them. I think it should do pretty well. It's 80 millimeters in diameter and 5 watts, 110 grams in weight, 3 hours to charge it. As I said before, USB-C, and it comes with a cold shoe mount, little mount that screws in that you can put onto your top of your camera or phone or whatever you're using, and your diffuser as well. So for $40, it's that's got to be like $55 Australian. That's a pretty good deal. Now, if you're on Ulanzi, if you buy more than 2, you'll get discounts as well. So the more you buy, the more you save. So definitely go check out Ulanzi. Let them know I sent you if there's a section for notes. That'd be much appreciated. They might send me one to test. That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, and that's about it. I will see you all again soon, tomorrow, because it's nighttime. And yeah, hope you had a great weekend. Hope you were safe and not too hungover. And I'll get to all speak to you soon. But whether you're going this way, that way, I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.